If you ask anyone what the highest mountain in the world is, you'll get a quick answer: Mount Everest. At over 29,000 feet, it has attained mythical status as the highest place on Earth and one of the hardest to reach. Robbie Vaughn grew up in Dallas, Texas. From an early age, he was drawn to the outdoors, adventure, and into the mountains.
Dreams are created through the influences of families, friends, books, and environment. Certainly my family and friends have been a tremendous and long-time foundation for emotional and creative support. Books such as James Ramsey Ullman's Banner in the Sky, The Mountaineers, Freedom of the Hills. These books piqued my interest in adventuring to the mountains. I wanted to climb Everest because I felt like I could do it. I was confident. But because there are so many factors beyond one's control, my main goals were to have fun and do the best I could. My name is Robbie Vaughn, and I'm traveling to Nepal at age 51 to climb Mount Everest, the highest mountain in the world at over 29,000 feet. We'll see you in Kathmandu.
Kathmandu's ancient gods and demons still stand guard at the gateway to the mighty Himalaya. Accompanying Robbie on the trek into base camp is his wife, Fallon.
When Robbie mentioned to me that he wanted to climb Mount Everest, I was really excited for him and very encouraging, because I've seen him climbing mountains before. I've climbed with him, and I know how strong he is. Just has a mental strength and physical strength that is different.
Are y'all robbing a bank, or are you just trying to survive?
At 9,000 feet, the mountain village of Lukla has become the staging area for all modern-day Everest expeditions. In 1953, Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay summited the highest mountain in the world, Mount Everest. Their expedition, which is still hailed as the greatest feat in mountaineering history, has paved the way for a multitude of adventurers seeking the summit of the highest point on Earth. But the cost of standing on the summit can be extreme. Many of those who venture onto the mountain never return.
Coming across the bridge.
Giant peaks dominate the skyline as the trail leads through the Khumbu region en route to Everest Base Camp.
Khumbu Glacier that originates up off of Mount Everest.
As climbers make the traditional 10-day pilgrimage to base camp, the body begins the crucial process of acclimatization. If the body does not acclimatize effectively, climbers face the deadly threat of pulmonary or cerebral edema.
First view of Mount Everest, and it's our second day on the trail, April 4th, and looks like it's blowing up there. When I saw Everest for the first time on my trek, I finally saw it as a destination. Something tangible, not merely as a scenic backdrop or mental image. It was awesome, really quite unreal to consider I'd be high on our slopes in the weeks ahead. Vaughn!
Pengboche is the most sacred monastery in the Khumbu region. It is a mandatory stop for both Sherpas and Western climbers. The head Lama blesses the team and prays for a safe return.
Money stones. You always walk to the left or clockwise around these Mani stones. Mani is part of Om Mani Padme Om, which is the Buddhist version of do unto others as you would have them do to you. Jim Williams.
Expedition leader Jim Williams has worked in the Himalayas for over 15 years. His experience on a major expedition always pays off somewhere down the line.
Jim Williams has 15 years experience guiding the 7 summits. He's low-keyed, has a great perspective, and has seen it all. His goal was to put me in a position to do the best I could. Thursday, April 12th. Le Boucher to Everest Base Camp. Got quite a crowd. We can now see the Khumbu Glacier for the first time. Down below us. Huge lateral moraine out there.
For the first time, Robbie sees Everest Base Camp, which will be his home for the next 6 weeks.
Well, we got a visual on base camp. And as we follow the Khumbu Glacier up, which is still partially hidden, you get a great view of Mount Everest here about 1 in the afternoon. There she blows, literally and figuratively.
Everest Base Camp, April the 15th, 17,500 feet. The entire team is together for the first time. A local Lama performs a ceremony known as a puja. Offerings are made to the mountain gods, and expedition equipment is blessed. The Sherpas would not consider setting foot on the mountain until the ceremony is completed. It is an auspicious day. For the past several weeks, a group of Sherpas, known as the Ice Doctors of Everest, have been busy fixing a route through what is considered by many to be the most dangerous area of the mountain, the Khumbu Icefall. In constant motion, the icefall has claimed dozens of lives. Giant seracs weighing thousands of tons hang precariously above the climber's route, which weaves its way through a maze of bottomless crevasses.
When I was in the icefall, and I was only in it for about 2.5 hours, it was grueling. I thought it was the hardest physical thing I've probably ever done. It's almost indescribable how massive these ice hills are. You're going up and down and gaining altitude. And it's a lot of work thinking about putting your carabiner in the right place and making sure you're on the right side of the rope and using your Jumar just right. I never was really afraid that I was going to be injured in it, but it's in the back of your mind that you need to pay attention to the dangers that are there.
Hi, honey. Having a great time.
Glad you're here.
Such a spa vacation. Yeah.
To have my wife at my side traveling to Nepal and into the Khumbu, to the foot of Everest, gave me lasting confidence and motivation. I would not have gone without her and the children's encouragement and trust.
It's a lot of togetherness, and we had a great time. We laughed a lot and enjoyed the people so much. So I was sad to be leaving. I didn't want to leave the trip either, but obviously the hardest part is leaving because you don't know if you'll get to see them. You know, if a tragedy befalls them, you know, that might be my last chance to be with him. So I didn't expect that, but you can't help but get on, when you're getting on a helicopter and you're waving goodbye, you just, you know, your mind pretty much can create a lot of bad thoughts at that time. But once the expedition, he got back to base camp, I never worried really much about it again. But that when you're really saying goodbye, that's a tough time. It was very emotional for both of us, I think.
It is now time for Robbie to start acclimatizing on the upper mountain. Several trips to strategic camps established high on the mountain will allow his body adequate time to adjust to the thin air.
Unfortunately, as I came into camp here, I was notified that one Sherpa died on the Lhotse face today. Apparently a fairly small piece of ice was hurtling down and hit the poor guy in the head and killed him. So as far as I know, that's the first fatality of the season. Well, it's a very cold evening. I'm here at Camp 2 looking up the Lhotse face. We've decided not to try to go to Camp 3 today. The wind's out of the north from left to right. It's swirling down into the Lhotse face. You can see where it has blown much of the fresh snow off the face. And there's a lot of blue ice. And the prospects aren't good the next day or two, so I'm probably heading down to base camp.
Rockfalls, avalanches, crevasses, and extreme weather are but a few of the deadly hazards that lay between a climber and the summit.
That was the biggest one so far. Hey, how big was that?
That was big. My goodness.
That covered up that lower section of where you took Vaughn and I up there. Yeah, that thing peeled off.
Oh, way up.
About
Real sharp ridge peeled off up in there where the sun is.
Yep.
By mid-May, the jet stream has moved north, and conditions are favourable for Robbie's summit bid.
Beautiful day.
What are we forecasting here next few days?
Oh, same as today. Low wind, warm temperature, summit, back to Camp 2. We got 4 to 5 days to make that happen.
Climbing Everest, like most worthy accomplishments in life, is achieved through teamwork. There is absolutely no way I could have climbed it alone, nor would I have ever considered it.
Nimatashi Sherpa. There we go.
Yes, sir.
Everything's okay?
Okay. I hope tomorrow has a good weather.
Camp 3?
Not 3 more days, sir.
Robbie will be accompanied to the summit by his climbing Sherpa and friend, Nimatashi.
Here we go. 8:08 a.m. Tuesday, May 15. As Ted says, no more dress rehearsals. Time to go climb. Okay.
All right. Good luck.
Good.
Coming back's important.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Nima. Take good care. Talk to you at 5 o'clock.
Each climber must carry the bare minimum of equipment for the summit push.
I'm in Camp 2, Camp 3. See Camp 1 in the distance. We're an hour above Primari. Up on the Lotse face here. Some typical carvings in the rocks in here. Well, we're getting there. It's getting exciting.
At 26,000 feet, Robbie reaches the South Col. The lack of oxygen combined with dehydration and fatigue add to the dangers facing each climber.
Where'd you say you're from, Michigan?
Yeah, the great state of Michigan.
All right.
Just summited and feel just absolutely shattered.
It's about 5:15. We're at the South Col. It was a fairly brutal day, but man, it was adventurous. I loved crossing the Yellow Band and the Geneva Spur. It was fun. Fun climbing. Now hang on to your socks. This is a hell of a view right here. Looking up. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's it.
It requires a major effort to leave the warmth of a sleeping bag and commit to what will be the most dangerous and physically demanding day of your life.
There's the South Col.
At the south summit, the climbers are poised for one final push.
You can see the line where the climbers came down this afternoon. And looking up into the clouds, you can just see the south summit and the Everest summit is just beyond. Well, 4:03 a.m. I'm sitting on the south summit, and there's Mount Everest.
Some people talk about conquering mountains, but the fact of the matter is that you never change a mountain by climbing it. You have only a few short years to live, but they are time itself. Standing on top of the world, thousands of feet above the clouds, with sheer drops either side of you and the ghost of those souls who gave their lives in the pursuit of adventure. The only sane conclusion you can possibly come to is that you're pretty damn small. The only thing you can ever change is yourself, and the only thing you can ever conquer is your own fear.
1 a.m. May 18. Oh yeah. Hillary step up the final summit. I'm at the Hillary step.
They must still negotiate the infamous Hillary step, and at this altitude every movement requires the utmost effort and concentration.
We are on top.
At 6:59 a.m. on May the 18th, Robbie Vaughn reaches the summit of Mount Everest.
United States of America, Texas flag, University of Texas Austin, Culver Military Academy, Culver Academies, and of course, the McAdley Golf Society.
Well, there's Lotse. That's the way we came up.
painting the Western Coombe with Lhotse. That's Lukla, Namche in the fog down there. Now we're looking into Tibet. Here's the northern climb up right here, northern ridge. Yeah. Maybe Kanchenjunga. Makalu.
After reaching the summit, there is only one thing left to do: become the first man to hit a golf ball from the top of the world.
Highest golf shot in the world.
Good.
Woo!
Good
All
shot.
the way to Western Coombe. Okay, three. Not the three musketeers. Three summiteers. Almost 1 o'clock on Sunday.
Upon return to base camp, Robbie is met by his son Robert, who has trekked in to meet his father. It is a fitting end to the adventure of a lifetime.
Last close-up view of the Big E. On our way down, thank goodness. Oxygen, real shower.
Climbing Everest surpassed all of my expectations. Coming to terms with the risk, commitment, respect and preparation, control and patience are all critical components of success in climbing Everest. Dreams are created in the minds of all ages, and many times those dreams are realized, but not without decisions, sweat, and tears.